What's going on, guys? It's your boy Jay here, and welcome to my channel. Today I'm not gonna do a reaction video. Got one of my videos monetized yesterday, so I'm just gonna lay off in the reactions for maybe a day or two. I'm not gonna go away forever. I'm still gonna be doing reaction videos. But I figured, you know what? Switch it up a little bit. Let me give you guys a story time. I'm gonna talk to you guys about how I broke my jaw when I was younger. Right now, as you can see, I'm not at my house. Reason for that being, right now there's a situation that went on at my last location where I had my office, where you see the other videos before these past ones. I think it was a month ago was the last video that I made in that house. There's a situation there where we just bought a car, got hit in our own lot. It's just a lot of activity that's not too safe. It's not a safe environment for my daughter, so we took a break. Came here, to just kind of like level ourselves out. We might be going back, but right now I'm kind of trying to find a new place, which is not easy. But anyways, man, enough of that. I'm not here to talk to you guys about that. I'm here to talk to you guys on how I broke my jaw. But before I get started, I'm gonna have to get ready myself, and then we'll go from there. What's going on, guys? So yeah, man, all set, as you guys can see. Had to brush my teeth, take a shower, do what I had to do, and then come do this video. Still rocking my hoodie for some reason. So you can see right here, that little hole. Well, from that little hole, there's supposed to be like a string that goes around. And I believe my daughter took it out and started playing with it, because I didn't find it this morning. And this has to be my favorite hoodie, my PlayStation hoodie. But she's a little girl. She has no idea yet, She doesn't fully comprehend things, so can't get mad just buy another one. But anyways, man, the topic of this video is how I broke my jaw. So guys, how can I start this? Alright, so start off when I was younger. So when I was younger, I used to like riding bikes. I was into, I wasn't really into BMXing like that, but I kind of used to like doing tricks and stuff, wheeling. That's when when you're young, you're a little kid, you just start wheeling and stuff. They go, man, I know how to wheelie. You get your tire off, get one tire, you start to learn, you see all these big guys wheeling for miles. You're like, I want to do that, And we was doing stuff like that, and my boy one day came and said, hey, look what I could do. And he came and he stood on his front tires like an Indo. And I was practicing, I was learning how to do it. Used to do it like all the time. Like that was a constant thing I used to do. As soon as I get on the bike, I'll ride for a bit and just learn how to do Indo. So one day, my brother, he had a redliner. He told me, he's like, all right, this is my bike, I'm gonna park it, don't touch it, because he used to work. So my dad owned the store, and he used to work at the store, and my dad would take him and he'd like leave his bike there. He'd park it in a little closet that we had under the steps where we used to live, and he would park it there, and like he'd go with my dad to the store, so kind of took advantage of that. I was like, you know what, man, he left to the store, I have nothing to do, I don't have a bike right now, I don't think he'll notice, let me just take it for a quick spin. And my mom, the crazy thing about it is my mom, she's like, I don't know if she's like psychic or what it is, but she was like, don't you take that bike, boy, your brother's gonna kick your butt and you could get hurt, you're gonna end up hurting yourself. So I'm like, how little kids, yeah, whatever, mom, I ain't gonna hurt myself, man, that's nothing, I'm a beast, I know what I'm doing, whatever. So I ended up, waiting until she went into the bathroom to take a shower, and I snuck the bike out. Mistake number one. Anyways, continuing the story. I was riding around, I was like, let me go around the block, because where I used to live, it was my house, there was a street behind it, and then that street was a YMCA. And there was these girls and like this like group of people there, and the pavement wasn't like fully done. It it was like rocky. There's like rocks and stuff, holes and stuff. So it wasn't really a straight, nice little, nice little smooth street. It was like rocky and stuff. So me as a kid, I'm not putting two and two together. I'm like, whatever, that doesn't matter. I'm still riding. And remember, Ridgeliners, I think it's called a Ridgeliner or Redliner. I forgot what the bike name, but they were light. It's made out of aluminum, so like you could lift it up with one finger. It was a BMXing bike. It cost my brother a lot of money. He was actually upset about this, but shout out to my big brother. Sorry about that, bro. But anyways, it was late, so I'm just riding my bike. I mean, my brother's bike. And I was like, let me show off to these people, show them what I got, man. I'm a beast, man. I'm just gonna show these people who's riding this bike. I ain't no rookie. So I get a little bit closer to this and I hit the brakes, and I guess I got too excited that I held on too long. So what ended up happening was, instead of going forward and the bike letting go of the brakes and the bike coming back down and me taking off, I went forward, and then when I let go of the brakes, it was a little bit too late. The bike went forward. Forward, my hands were already basically under the bike or under me. So by the time I tried to get my hand up so I could stop myself from the impact, it was too late. So I landed right on my chin. Boom! Big old gash right here. I don't know if you can see it, but right there. Hold on, let me see if I can make it. Cut myself. It was a 10-stitch gash. It's like that big. Huge hole in it. And it was just leaking. I just remember looking down at my shirt. It was just like blood, like straight red. It was like soaking everywhere and blood leaking down. And I said, well, at least I'm good. The problem was when I went to talk, I felt like this right here was a crack, and I felt like I had 1,000 pounds holding my jaws down. So I couldn't really, I felt like a zombie. Walking around, I was like, screw it, let me get back on my bike. I got back on the bike and I just rode it home. And then when I got home, my sister was like, oh my God. And then my mom was like, oh my God. And when me seeing them react like that, well, my sister didn't really overreact. She was like, oh my God, okay, calm down. But when my mom, she made it worse. She said, oh my God. She started going crazy. So that was like, oh man, I almost passed out, man. But anyways, they took me, I remember like yesterday, they put me, my mom had an Eagle. If you guys don't know that car, Eagle, look it up on Google. And those cars are fast, and I remember it was my sister's boyfriend at the time, and my mom, and I was in the middle because it was like one of those old school cars that had long seats, they have like the center dash, the center console. I was in the middle, and all I just remember was just going in and out of consciousness, and like seeing my sister's boyfriend at the time just flying through red lights and getting to the hospital. And then the bad thing about it is that when we got to the hospital, all they did was like cover it up, clean it up, cover it up, and let me wait. I believe it was like, I think I waited like 8 hours or something. I don't know, but I was just, by the time they saw me, my face was like a big ball. By the time the doctor saw me, but I guess it was because I was waiting on the surgeon or whatever. And I remember they put this like, it was like, I don't know if it was laughing gas or what, but it was like a medicine that made you loopy. And then picking out, I don't know if it was like tar or what they was picking from my jaw, but when I hit the pavement, it slit my chin, and then like, after it slit, my skin, the inside was sliding on the ground. So I kind of like hit it, and it kind of like glided, so it was like rock, like little small rocks, like jammed into my, like kind of the inside of my skin. So I had to pick those out and clean it up with some weird thing. It was gross, man. It was just disgusting. And but yeah, after that I waited 8 hours, and they took me into surgery. Boom, right after that. And I remember waking up and tasting nothing but blood, and my mouth being wired shut. I was like, ah! I couldn't even open my mouth, and for some reason, if that come up out of anesthesia, I get crazy. I think that's why, because that experience. Can you imagine just like waking up and then you can't even move your mouth, and it's like your mouth is wired shut, and you just taste nothing but blood, and you're like, then you have this massive pain. Like that was horrible, man. I was like the worst pain. I wouldn't recommend it. So yeah, that happened, and then I just remember being in the hospital and watching the Three Stooges. My sister bringing games over to me and things like that, and it was a pretty fun experience. Other than the fact that most of it was kind of like painful, and my mouth was wired shut. And then I remember when I went home. Oh, by the way, I had to have my mouth wired shut for a full month, 4 weeks. And I remember I had to sip everything through the straw. I remember everything. I remember I had to sip everything through a straw. My brother one day, he went up, my mom one day, she ordered Chinese food, and my brother went up to the room, and my mom didn't want him to go to the room, and I was like, I want some Chinese food, and she was so mad because she had to like grab all the chicken and the rice and liquefy it and turn it to kind of like a soup. I mean, now that I think about it, it's nasty, but at the time, it was like the best meal of my life. It was so tasteful, man, and you drinking Ensure the whole time, and freaking not being able to eat and taste, and it was horrible, man. But anyways, after that, after a whole month, they took the wires out, and I had to go to surgery so they could take like the thing that was holding down the wires, that was basically keeping my mouth shut. It was like a cast for your mouth. So I went through two surgeries, and I remember it was a long healing process. I could move my mouth and stuff, but it was just weird. Like now I can't really open my mouth as wide. Sometimes I get pain, like when it's raining and stuff. I get pains in my jaw, and it's like, damn, bro, what the heck, man? Like sometimes I need to take some pills sometimes. But the guy that did it did a good job, because I might not be able to open my mouth as much, but at least it's not like bad. Like I probably could have been worse. And so I had. So what happened was I had this side, I believe, or one of these sides was fractured. Had a hairline fracture. One side, I believe, was shattered. I'm not sure, or it was like completely broken. And then I had a crack going right down the middle of my jaw. That I still have that crack. He said he wasn't gonna heal completely, just because it's like your brain. I mean your skull. You have like these little cracks and stuff that they don't fully merge. So I don't feel it. Doesn't bother me at all. It's like it's the same thing. But I wish I could get the X-rays, man. I wish I had the X-rays. Maybe if I go get like records at the hospital, I could probably get the X-rays, because I would want to see the X-rays. I wouldn't mind seeing it. Now that I'm older and I don't. It doesn't bother me. I wouldn't mind seeing the X-rays. But man, that was a very tragic moment in my life. Like now, due to that, like it's kind of hard for me to go to doctors, because I've been thinking about that day. It's like, damn. I remember when they put me to sleep. I remember when I woke up and I tasted nothing but blood. Like, can you imagine just tasting blood all day? Just blood, not knowing, just swallowing blood. Just, ugh. Now the taste of blood, like I could cut my lip, and the taste of blood just brings me back to that day. It's like, ugh, man, it's nasty. So there's a lot of things, that comes with the after effect of that. But I'll tell you one thing, I never tried an endo after that until I was like older. This happened back when I don't really remember. It was in the second grade, so I was like
3 hours later.
8, 7 or 8, I don't remember. But when I really started getting back on the bike and started doing stuff, I was like 10 or 11 or 12. I forgot, but that's when I really started doing endos and stuff again. And it was just like, nope, I'm not trying to break my jaw again. But yeah, man, that's what happened. Let me know if you guys have any stories of yourself, of any crazy things that happened to you guys. Leave it down in the comment below. If you have any questions on, if you enjoyed it, hit the thumbs up. If you guys like hearing me say stories, hit the thumbs up. Let me know, in the comment box below. If you haven't subscribed, hit the notification bell. And like I always say, Until next time, stay cool.